Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone. Please accept my humble obeisance. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. I start with the prayer. The topic is why is Srimad Bhagavatam special? So the prayer is as follows. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dharati Swapadantitam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Prabhupada Vaishnavam Shri Pasaviyatam Sarana Gunatam Tam Sajivam Sadhvetam Savadutam Parijanavetam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sadhana Vita Shri Vishakamitamsya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Vigna Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwani Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpita Rugasya Chakrita Sindhu Vayevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Hare Krishna. So the topic, the sessions which are going on these days is in Laksha Bhadra Purnima. Why is Bhagavatam special? So I tried to hear from many places, and then I found an interesting one which appealed to me the most. So I am probably the most unqualified person to speak on this subject, but still I will just do my responsibility and speak about it. And if you pick up even a bit of even a word from this, it's all account of my Guru Maharaj and teachers, the Siksha Gurus and the Diksha Guru. And if you find any mistakes, then please correct me and please have your blessings on me. Okay, so we'll start with why is Srimad Bhagavatam special. I'll talk about a couple of things here, and then we'll get to why is Srimad Bhagavatam special. And we'll try to do it a little faster, looking at the time. So we'll start with Vishnu Sahasranam. Many people know what is Vishnu Sahasranam. It talks about the glories of Vishnu, the Lord Vishnu, and why is he very special. It says anyone just by remembering about Vishnu cuts the cycle of birth and death and does not come back to the material world. That is the power of Vishnu. What is the meaning of Vishnu? Meaning of Vishnu is someone who creates and then who enters that creation. So there are so many things which we also create, like we create small things, some equipment or some devices, or even with some paper, we create some things. So everything is a kind of creation, but then nobody can enter into them. We cannot enter into them. So we are human beings. Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, he can create and he can enter. And that is why he is so special. He is so powerful. Uh, so, so one very interesting. There, Lord Vishnu has so many pastimes. One of them very interesting. One is the churning of milk ocean, and it shows how what is the power of Lord Vishnu. So when milk ocean was to be churned, the demons and the demigods, uh, they were fighting with each other. Everyone wanted nectar. So they finally went to Lord Vishnu saying, "We cannot understand anything. So you tell us, how do we get nectar?" Lord Vishnu said, "Okay, if you want nectar, you have to churn the milk ocean." So then they went near the milk ocean, Shir Sagar, and then they said, "Okay, now how do we do it?" They started fighting again. There is nothing which can, churn such a big ocean. Finally, they again went to Lord Vishnu. What do we do? So he said, "Okay, I'll give you a churning rod uh, and a big rope." So then he said, what would be that rope and the rod? He said, "Okay, you take Vasuki and Mandarachal Parvat." Uh, so then they went there. So they put the churning rod. The ocean started going down. So they again went back to Vishnu. "Okay, Lord, what do we do now? It's going down." So Lord said, "Okay, um, I will take Kurma Avatar. On me, you can put the churning rod, and then you can try and churn the ocean." So like this, they started churning. They could not. Then Lord took another avatar, Rajita avatar, and with that, it gave the horizontal stability. The rod was not moving in either direction then. Uh, then demons and demigods. Uh, so demigods being very smart, they said they were discussing who would take which side of this of Vasuki. So the demigod said, "Okay, we'll take the tail, we'll take the mouth, and demons, you guys take the tail." They knew that they will ask for the opposite, and the demons thought, "Okay, well, the mouth is always better, the tail is the neglected part, and that is why these people, these demigods, they are giving us the tail." So they said, "No, no, we want the mouth, we don't want the tail." So then the demigod said, "Okay, you take the mouth." They knew what is going to happen. So they took the tail, the demigods took the tail, and uh, the demons, they took the mouth. Once they started churning, and then fire started coming out from Vasuki's mouth. So that demons, they started suffering because of the huge fire, right? So then they again went to Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, saying, "What do we do?" So then Lord Vishnu, poured a lot of water. So that gave them some calm, and they could do it. They could, get together and start churning the ocean again. So like this, it was happening. Then Lord Dhanvantari came out. Uh, uh, then poison came out. Halal came out. So again, they went. Who will take the halal? Who will take poison? So then Lord Vishnu, he gave the opportunity to his biggest devotee, Mahavishnu, Shivji. Uh, so Shivji took it and he just, put it in his throat. And then, so like this, the process was going on. Finally, nectar came out. Then again, the demons and the demigods, they all started fighting. Finally, Lord took the Mohini avatar, and he came to, distribute. So eventually, what is happening is, for everything that, and at the end of all this churning of milk ocean, Shir Sagar, they all came and said, "Okay, Lord, whatever we did, everything is surrendered to you, because everything happened because of your intervention and your mercy." So they surrendered. That is the power of Lord Vishnu. You see how it happens in Balaji also, right? When you go to take darshan of the Lord, you have to move every second. Like you take one second and you are out. You cannot stay there for long. Same thing happens in Vaikuntha. We have heard when Lord Brahma went to see Lord Vishnu, and when he wanted to teach him a lesson, so he asked, other Brahmas from other universes to come. All people could hear was, falling of the mukuts or the crowns on head of all the Brahmas. So what happens there is everyone goes there because of power that the royalty, the strength that Lord Vishnu has. Everyone just surrenders. That is the power of Lord Vishnu. So he kind of tells us that this is the rule, this is how you follow, this is how you surrender, and then that is how you go about it. So all those details uh, through Lord Vishnu. We have to become a servant to be able to serve Lord Vishnu. The servitude is very important. So that is one. Now what happens is Lord became more merciful. So another avatar of Lord Ram came. Lord Ram, being one next up, is not only into full surrender, he's asking for full surrender. He's saying, okay, I'll become your friend. He became friend of the monkeys and the bears. He took such an army, huge army of monkeys and bears, and went to, Lanka to defeat Ravana. So that is Lord Ram. He is a friend of the neglected ones. Uh, so Lord Ram, whoever takes shelter of the Lord, Lord does not separate them. Lord, takes whatever is there, whatever is given by them, He accepts all of them, everyone. So that is our Lord Ram. When Vibhishan was coming, uh, everyone was warning Lord Ram, don't accept him because his family is very, demonic. You look at Kumbhakarna, look at Shurpanakha, look at Ravan. They are all very wicked people. Don't take them. Don't take him into your shelter. Lord Ram said, if anyone comes to me, I am bound to give them shelter. So if Vibhishan comes and if he bows down to me, I will make him king of Lanka. He said, but what? I mean, so again, people were saying, Vibhishan was saying, and others, it's not trustworthy. Lord Ram said, I cannot, irrespective of who comes, if they come and surrender to me, I will trust them. If Ravan comes, to him also I will take him also in my shelter if he comes. And I will make him a king. So I said, okay, if Ravan comes, Vibhishan, you have already committed to make king of Lanka. What will you make Ravan? Lord Ram said, I will make him king of Ayodhya. So then everyone said, okay. So Ayodhya you have given to Bharat. So if Vibhishan comes, you will make him king of Lanka. If Ravan comes, you will make him king of Ayodhya. What will you do to Bharat? You have already committed him the kingdom of Ayodhya. That I will make him king of Vaikuntha. I will give him Vaikuntha. So, so that is how Lord Ram is. And finally, then they said, okay. So if you give him Vaikuntha, then what will you do? So he said, if I give Bharat Vaikuntha, then in that case, what I will do is I will just go into the heart of Hanuman and I will just be there as Lord of his heart. So that is how Lord Ram is. Irrespective of who comes, the moment somebody comes and surrenders to Lord Ram, he is bound to give him shelter, give them shelter. So that is Lord Ram. Uh, he gives shelter to anyone. He is very friendly. He treats people like friend. He does not expect people to fall in line and always surrender. He has so much power. He could dry the entire ocean with one bow, and ocean was standing in front of him and shaking. And on the other side, when he was going from Ayodhya on while crossing the river, Nisad he asked for his help. Saying, help me cross the river on a boat. So that is Lord Ram. He took help from monkeys, bears, tribal chiefs, because he is looking for that friendship. He can take friendship, and people can be friends to him and still be able to serve him. So he is different. compared to Vishnu. Vishnu expects everyone to follow the rule book, come and surrender fully. Lord Ram expects people to be friendly to him, and he still accepts them despite being the same. And after this, even better, when Lord decides to come as Krishna. So when he decides to come as Krishna in the next yuga, cycle of Dwapar, you all know the story of Sudama Brahman. And so when Sudama, when Sudama, when Sudama was very poor, at that time he was a Brahman, but he was a childhood friend of the Lord. So his wife, Sushila, she said, "Why don't you go and meet your friend?" And he was obviously, because he's a friend of king of Dwarka. So he was little, not very comfortable. He was little uncomfortable. He said, "But anyways, Shastra says I cannot go empty-handed to meet anyone, so I need something. So go get something." And then what happens is, uh, his wife goes, begs for something to take. Finally, she gets some chipped rice from some neighbor, and she comes and gives it to Sudama. So Sudama walks and walks. Finally, when he reaches Dwarka, so the doorkeepers, the Dwarpals, they stop him, saying, "Hey, who are you? Such a poor beggar. Where are you? Where are you going?" He says, "Krishna is my friend. I have come here to meet him." And then they laugh at him. So then the next one comes, next doorkeeper, and they are all there one by one. All of them are coming. Finally, they say that, "Okay, you get out, get away from here. Otherwise, we are going to kill you." And Sudama says, "Okay, even if you kill me, when the news of my killing goes to Krishna, he will come to see who got killed." So then one of them says, "Okay, I'll go and just tell Krishna that somebody called Sudama is here." So when the doorkeeper goes and tells Krishna, uh, the Lord, the Lord of Dwarka, somebody has come, a poor beggar has come, and he says he is your friend, his name is Sudama. So the Lord was getting ready. He was putting mukut on his head, and he left the mukut fell on the ground. And it says in Bhagavatam that when Lord heard that Sudama is here, he ran, and the clothes which were there on his shoulders, they all fell on the ground, and he just ran. Uh, and he ran so fast uh, because Krishna has the tendency of becoming servant of the servant or servant of the devotee. So he is that in that mode. So he ran, and he finally found Sudama on the door. He hugged him, and everyone was wondering. And Krishna and Sudama, they were both crying, hugging each other. And people who were watching, finally Krishna took Sudama inside and took him into the palace. And people were wondering, let's find a chair for him to sit. Krishna made Sudama sit on his throne. And then he started, cleaning his feet. But he cleaned his feet with his own tears. Nobody needed it. He did not get any water. So all that cleaning happened from his tears, Krishna's tears. And finally, Rukmini or Mahalakshmi, they were there, just doing the chamar and the peacock fan, to Sudama. Finally, Sudama remained there for about a week, and then he did not say because he forgot why he came for. While going back, he was thinking, "Oh, I did not say anything to Krishna." But while walking, when he reached where his house was, he saw the golden palace. Then he understood that, see, this is how Krishna is. When I did not say anything, this is what he has done. If I had said anything, what would have happened? So Krishna became servant of the devotee. He served Sudama. We all know what happened. You see the front page of Bhagavad Gita, or how Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Krishna actually became the chariot driver of Arjuna. Arjuna was his friend and devotee, and he became his servant. Chariot driver is a servant position. It took that position and spoke Bhagavad Gita. Uh, So he takes that kind of form. Krishna, that is how merciful he is. He becomes chariot driver and he cries for his devotees as their servant. That is how he serves. So we saw three forms. We saw Vishnu who instructs, who expects royalty and aristocracy, power, people to fall in line. We saw Lord Ram who serves, becoming friend of the devotees. He engages devotees. And then we saw Krishna who becomes servant of the devotee. All these flavors of the Lord, the Vishnu avatars, the Ram avatar, the Krishna avatar, all of these, they are present in only one place at one single, there is only one literature which has all of this, and which is Srimad Bhagavatam. That is why Srimad Bhagavatam is very important. No single literature has all these flavors, so much difference, different rasas in which you can serve the Lord, but that happens only in Bhagavatam. That is why Bhagavatam is important. With this, I will stop. There was more to speak, but I will look at the time and then stop here. If anyone has any thoughts, speak. Otherwise, we will close the session today. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll close the session today. This was the reason why Srimad Bhagavatam is special, and I could share whatever little I could understand. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। अनंतकोटि वैष्णववृन्द श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I didn't realize I was the only one in the class, but
Hare Krishna.
I started very late, so I understood the gist of it. But is the verse about like the importance of Bhagavatam? What was the
Yes.
verse?
So
Yeah.
these days, Mataji, we are doing the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I was just speaking why is Bhagavatam important. There was no verse as such. It has different parts from Bhagavatam, the Kurma Avatar, the Vishnu Avatar, the Ramayana, and eventually the Krishna Avatar.
Yeah, I got that. Okay,
How
Prabhuji.
all of them, all these flavors, how all of them exist in Bhagavatam. That is what I was.
Got it. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.